It saved my life. I mean, I would have been, there ain't no way I'd still be alive if I'd have not got a chance to go in there. I'd only seen the first season or two, and the show really took a turn around season three. And they're like, wait a second, man, this is really inspiring people. This is really getting these people their life back. And I think they kind of turned it more into, let's find these stories of these people that have been through hard times. There was a woman named Abby Wright who, she was on her way home. She couldn't get a hold of her husband. She comes up on this wreck and she's kind of like honking the horn, like ready to get around, trying to get home, all that kind of stuff. She didn't realize till she got up to the wreck that it was her husband and both of her kids in the wreck. She lost everybody she loved right there in that one wreck. And she just started eating and eating and eating. That was her way of dealing with it. She got up to like 300 and something pounds. And so that story was something they wanted to tell that, but then how do we help this woman? And I think the show became a lot more positive at that point, as opposed to like, hey, let's get these fat people out here and make them try to do stuff that we know they can't do. So they fall down and roll back down the hill and that kind of thing. By the time it got to my season, there were so many great stories on our season. And I think we kind of threw them for a loop because we mostly all of us got along. Nobody really tried to play the game except for two people. And so we were like voting with our hearts instead of making drama. But it changed. It saved my life. I mean, I would have been, there ain't no way I'd still be alive if I'd have not got a chance to go in there.
All the stuff that I've seen of it is very honest, very raw. And I think that's pretty obvious. That's why people like you is you're willing to expose the chinks in the armor.
As far as on the show, the chinks in the armor happened because by the second or third week, man, you're so physically broken down that your mental walls and all the stuff you put up, all the guards you put around your heart are gone. So you're willing to open up on camera. Some people break faster than others. It took me till week 3, and I got to work out with Tim Tebow that week, and he really brought it out of me because he just had a way of talking to me. It made me want to tell the whole story and all that, because they had no clue that I had been through all this stuff as a kid until that week. I was always worried because I'm like, man, if your whole moniker is Bigg Vinny and you're this 500-pound guy that can break dance and do the worm and the splits and sing and rap and all this, like now you're 242 pounds, you're pretty average sized dude. And I was still built pretty strong in comparison to most guys. I mean, I'm way stronger than Robert, but he knows that. But no, I was worried about that. But honestly, when I came back, I realized that all of my talents weren't in how tall or strong or big or how big my belly was. It was on how big my heart was, how big my emotions were, how big my love was. And so Bigg Vinny really became the moniker for this big personality that I had, more so than the size of my, my overalls.